Hello. Yeah, I guess I was fortunate in that way. I loved sport. I was a teenager growing up with team sports with football and basketball and things like that, and then I went straight into college for fitness and sports and got myself into the gym nice and early. And then I went straight from college into university to study fitness and personal training. So I was fortunate that it's always been a part of my life. So my experience is high with it, and it's just been a part of me throughout all of it. And then I went straight from university into full-time personal training. And then after a few years of personal training, I wanted to be a fitness model as well. And then with personal training, I saw the limitations of not just training one-to-one, but I wanted to train as many people as possible across the world. So then I put more effort into social media, and then I created Crockford, so then I can impact millions of people, not just one-to-one. And that's what I'm working my arse off to do now. I wouldn't be worried to show yourself on the camera, it's okay. Well, your comment on Instagram took my notice, because it just sounded like a very similar comment to so many people, which is more like just a belief in yourself to make things happen, and that you just need a boost, need a kick in the arse to make it happen. Yeah, if you're paying for personal training, exactly, you expect a very personal service, and not to be forgotten about. Exactly.
Yeah. But the thing is, when I start following you and start seeing your videos and like the way that you create your programs, and it's just passion. Like you actually care. Like that's what you stand up for from the other people that have like online training programs. Obviously, I think this case it should be online because we are not in the same country.
Yeah.
But like you actually care.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
like,
it.
You show a different attitude towards your work, and you are passionate. Yeah, it's amazing.
Thank you.
Motivating.
Thank you. I really wanted to push that across, because even like you said, in personal training and one-to-one, if the passion isn't there, then how the hell are they going to be able to get results from their clients? And I wanted to break that barrier down, even though it's not one-to-one. I moved from one-to-one training into online training with Crockford, but kept the same passion for wanting to help people. And I knew there would be a barrier about being online and being around the world, but I'm so glad that the energy that I put out online, people can still receive my passion and belief. And it's mind-blowing 1 year on that Crockford can have that interaction with people around the world. And small things like this, just having a phone call with you, it shows that distance is nothing, and if the passion is there, it doesn't matter. So thank you.
Like seeing you is just really cool.
That's right. Remember, an Instagram following means nothing. We're all just people.
We're just people, yes.
Exactly.
But no, it's really special, you know, to have like the one-on-one. It's not a consultation, it's more like like just to get to know the person.
Yeah.
And it's true. Like, I mean, it reassures like the thought I had about you, and yeah it's great. I mean, but also to feel good with myself.
Exactly. We all deserve to feel good about ourselves. And results come from that support and community structure. And whether you feel like you've got support in yourself, the people around you, or someone from across the other side of the world, it doesn't matter. You weren't getting it from your personal trainer. And although it's 100% down to you, if you feel supported, you're able to have the belief in yourself to get the results.
Fairly regularly, just doing mostly cardio type stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's the thing, a lot of people go to the gym, and when it's tough to know what to do with all the weights or machines, the easiest thing to do is jump on a cardio machine. And it's not necessarily the best thing you can do with the time that you have, but it's definitely something, and it's getting in there and doing it, which is good.
Yeah, well, my main concern was, first of all, in terms of scheduling.
Yeah.
Like, if I go home at 6:30 at night, should I don't want to eat too late, but I definitely don't want to eat beforehand, so what would you recommend?
Well, would you be looking to go to the gym then, when you finish work, and go about 6:37? Yeah, so I would time a small meal that leaves you not very hungry. So quite satisfied for your workout, but not full. So like a mid-afternoon snack, high protein meal, and then you can have your main meal afterwards. So what would that be? 6:30, 7:30, yeah. Like a 8 o'clock main meal after your workout.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Yeah. And just break it down. And remember, you don't need to have the perfect workout. You don't need to have the perfect reps or sets or weight. You just need progress. You just need to take small steps. So just look at that first workout, go in there, see what you can do, and give yourself a tick, and then do it again the next day. Alright?
I can do that.
Let me know how it goes. Yeah, because you must get home quite late at night, and that's the time you want to slow down, chill out, go to bed. I would definitely think about or recommend exercising before you go to work. Get up and do it.
Yeah.
And obviously with you travelling around, using your body and using your own space as your fitness rather than looking for gyms and things like that is going to be the best thing for you, definitely. Exactly. And then you end up not doing much because of those reasons, which is exactly why I'm so passionate about coaching people and helping people do home training workouts, body weight training workouts, especially people with low confidence and low motivation, because it builds up such a confidence in yourself, in your own body and what you can achieve, to then either you fall in love with bodyweight training and you never go to the gym, or you gain enough strength and confidence that you then think, oh, I can handle the gym, no problem. It goes either two ways. And that's what I really think you should do, is probably because either through lack of achievement or lack of success from going to the gym, you have that repetitive thought process of it not working. So by training your body with simple, small exercises and achieving small things, your confidence will increase bit by bit, and you think, I can do it, I can do it. So especially whilst you're travelling around on tour, you should train with your own body. You don't need any space, just the space of your body in that hotel room or any room with no one else around so no one can see you, and you gain strength in private, gain fitness, and before you know it, your confidence will increase. And it may be difficult at the beginning because your motivation is low, because I can't bother to do it, but you force yourself a few times, you feel fantastic after it, and then you start to see a small result, thinking, oh, wait a minute, I feel a bit stronger, I look a bit slimmer or more toned, and then before you know it, the motivation comes because you've seen a result and you know you can do it. So then you get the bug, and then you just keep wanting to go and go and go. You find a new routine wherever you go, and that's part of what health and fitness is all about. No one is set in a structure or in a routine for more than any period of time. You change and adapt, and it's your responsibility to keep to that adaptation as you go, change your structure and learn, and keep working on it and keep changing. And that support and community feel is the most important thing, and that's what I'm striving to create and what I've worked incredibly hard for, because I know for a fact that for people to believe in themselves and to get results, you've got to have the support around you, whether it's from a fitness person like me or a friend that supports you and gives you confidence, anybody or anything, whether it's across the world like we are now. You feel the community support, and then it gives you the motivation to succeed. So I'm glad, and most of the time people just need that oomph of belief, a bit of a kick up the arse to make them realise that they can do it. There's nothing in the way apart from your own limiting beliefs, and you can do it. So first of all, I just want to say thank you so much for how you've attacked Crockford the way you have, because I've been doing Crockford for a year now, and some people buy the plan and you never hear from them again. Sometimes somebody fully commits, gets great results, and are committed to changing their life, just like you. So thank you, Charles. It's fantastic.
Oh, you're welcome. I love the program, and I love interacting with you on social media and
I love it. Thank you so much, because I know that the way that you post things on social media helps my brand, helps my business, and I want it to grow, not just for my own benefit, but because my passion is to help as many people as possible, and it takes crockfitters like yourself to talk on Twitter, talk on Instagram, and post, and especially with your great results, so thank you.
Should I calculate
light activity or no activity on rest days?
Right, I think because you are really trying your best to keep up to 10,000 steps a day, even on rest days, right? So you're being quite active. I think the majority of the time you can stick to the same calorie goal on most days. If you feel that you're having quite a low activity day and you don't quite reach 10,000 steps, or it's a rest day on Crockford, then you can adjust your calories down by 100 or 200 maximum. But if you're being consistent and you're not having a big weekend blowout or this or that, then I would say stay consistent with the numbers and you'll be fine. So a lot of people do get their minds a little bit going crazy thinking work day, rest day, calories and how much they change. But if you're being consistent, you'll get the results. Just remembering some of the emails that we've had, that you focused first on being more active and doing the home fit plan, and then thinking about nutrition and things like that. And I think that's actually a very wise and clever thing to do, because so many people get their heads so focused on changing so much at once that they fail and then they give up and then they think, damn it, I failed, I'll never try again. I see your supplementation split into two sections, as one as fuel and recovery and performance, and then the other side as health and multivitamin kind of overall. So in regards to fuel and performance, you've got to think about protein and are you hitting your protein goals, and sometimes you said you struggle to get your protein up high enough. So by simply having a protein powder post-workout or on a rest day at any time of the day if you need it, that would be ideal. Ideally from whey, and you don't need to worry about the casein, but you can, if you want, get both or one or the other. And alongside that, possibly BCAAs for all your walking and all your cardio, but again, not 100% essential if you're having the whey protein. And then you talk about the health side of things, like the multivitamins, the krill oil, omega-3s, vitamin D, all of these things which you can add on to help alongside of your diet. But it depends on what you're getting through your real food. That is the ultimate essential part. So you said you like your greens, get lots of greens in, lots of vegetables and some fruit, and that will help increase your vitamin and nutrient content, your micro nutrients, and that will really help. But you can supplement with vitamins alongside of it. Yeah, absolutely. Olive oil I use for raw, adding to salads or things like that, or low heat. So all oils have a burning point, and when they reach that burning point, it turns toxic and actually has negative effects. So it's interesting to understand what points, the burning points those different oils are, and which oils to use for different purposes. And finally, with all the nutrition stuff, is at your goals and your level and your stage that you are, I would just relax your mind. Don't worry too much about it. You're going to learn more and more as you go along, and you're going to learn more about your body and how it reacts to things like that. And don't get so caught up in the counting of calories, because you don't want to be in a place where you're going to count calories for the rest of your life, even though it's easy and you can do it. But if you get to a place where you understand nutrition and diet a lot more using the app, that you'll get to a level where you probably don't need to count as much, and you can just live a life of healthy eating and a healthy lifestyle, that you don't need to focus so much on the counting and the weighing, etc. I think you can train every muscle group twice a week and get good results. And so many experienced people run the mistake of waiting an entire 7 days to train that muscle group again, and that muscle has recovered and has been waiting to be worked again. So if you enjoy training lower body, you can split lower body up into anterior and posterior and then work quads on one day and then glutes and hamstrings on another day, kind of thing, if you're quite experienced. And I really enjoy sometimes working lower body then upper body and lower body and upper body, and just alternating those two is quite a good split you can do. But really, a variety is what's great, and you shouldn't be training the same schedule for more than 2, 3 or 4 weeks before splitting up the routine and the order and things like that. So keep that in mind. First of all, I want to say thank you for all of the support on Snapchat, Instagram, everywhere. So thank you very much. It means a lot. I remember when I had no one following me, and over the past year, I've built momentum and lots of people giving me their kind support. So thank you so much. I understand, and it's not wrong to comfort eat, and it's not wrong to feel those things, but just imagine what progress and momentum you can build if, when you hit a plateau or something wrong happens, then it only lasts a day or a meal, and then you realize that, okay, that's fine, let's put that behind us, let's carry on with this momentum. Because what I find with a lot of clients, and even myself, is that when I'm too strict and when I'm too in the healthy zone, it builds up this pressure of wanting to eat bad foods, or I'm being too restrictive in my life. But as soon as you try to give yourself a bit more of a balance, don't put so much pressure on yourself, and give yourself a takeaway or a cheat meal whenever you need it or want it, then you won't need to spiral out of control when something bad happens. When you hit a wall, you then continue the bad behavior over and over again, because then you feel guilty, and then you feel bad, and then it continues. So, and just remember that your journey is a lesson. You're just learning more and more about yourself as you go along. So remember that it doesn't matter. You don't need to be bad on yourself. Just remember, next time you go on this journey, you learn from previous mistakes or previous times, and you get better and better at doing it. And don't put so much pressure on yourself. So yeah, you need try find ways to make it your lifestyle. And you said you enjoy healthy foods, you enjoy exercising, and you most probably feel your best when doing that, and you feel happiest. Exactly. And that is the trouble with the internet and finding the information. And really the answer is that all the plans work, everything works, all the advice is most probably right. It's just if anybody follows it consistently, they'll get the results. Because there's so much information out there, it's very easy for people to get overwhelmed by information, so many different techniques, so many different things to do. But really, if you just nailed the basics, which is eating healthily consistently, hitting the gym and lifting weights consistently, then you'll get the results. No special funny techniques. What is the best version of myself, and how far can I go? How far can I push myself in a positive way? A good way to see someone's passion is would they do it if they weren't getting paid? And the answer for me is, if this wasn't my career or job, I'd still be doing this right now. So it's my passion. Belief. People need to believe in themselves. And I think the main point from that phone call is a recurring problem for so many people is hitting somewhere, falling off, repeating that process consistently, and that reduces your belief to thinking that you'll ever get any further. But what if you'd have just stuck to it a little bit further past that plateau, gained momentum, and get further than you'd ever thought you'd get? But what if you just carried on?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can't see you.
You can't see me. I can see you.
Well, oh, that's a shame. Do you Oh, there we go. It's connected. I can see you now.
You said that I was not going to be on camera.
No, not to the world. Only to me. But you know, I can't connect with you without seeing the golden Crockford to Terence. So hello. Hello, Los Angeles.
You're an amazing person.
Thank you.
I'm sure you hear it all the time. And I wanted to, figure out how I can express how important important what you do is, without sounding melancholy or without repeating what other people have said. But, you know, in the beginning of my journey, you had 53,000 followers, which I thought was pretty amazing. And now you have double that.
Yeah.
I feel it's just amazing, but I'm not surprised.
Thank you.
Because when I started looking for an online coach, because I was tired of, spending so much money for a trainer per hour.
Yeah.
Just didn't think that the value was worth it. I didn't get as much out of it.
Yeah.
And when I started looking for an online coach, what they had to say was so very important. First of all, your body is your best advertisement. And individuals that just didn't look that great, didn't interest me.
Yeah.
And the way you speak to people makes a big difference. The way you connect with them makes a big difference. And we spoke to each other. What you had to say spoke to me. And in my journey that I am on in life, we kind of are on the same plane.
Yeah.
And we connected. And it's just been amazing ever since. I'm sorry I'm talking so much.
No, thank you very much. It's incredible to hear from you, and especially back then, because it feels like quite a while ago that we first connected. So it's incredible to hear more about how it began. So thank you very much. And I'm so grateful that after you researching and looking around, you came to myself and to Crockford as your place to go. And it's incredible. And the way, with Crockford being a year old, there's so many people that sign up to Crockford and you never hear back from, or some people that you hear back from occasionally, but for you to attack it the way you have and to make it a part of your life, but also not just Crockford, but the whole everything, the whole journey, the mindset, taking up running and this and that, and just loving yourself and your body is what it's all about, and it's incredible. And what you may have heard me say sometimes is that my goal and dream is to not make little minions that follow me and only me, but to gain the confidence in themselves to create a platform of their own to create more of an impact. And that's exactly what you're doing with your own following and with your own journey and story, which is incredible. Thank you very much. I remember when I first started social media, I mean, you came on when I had 53,000, but I remember when I had 1 follower, 10 followers, 20 followers, and I remember thinking, if I say anything, then nobody cares what I have to say. Who's listening to me? Nobody cares. And my confidence was all very low. But then I started to realize, if I've got 10 followers, then maybe I could help 1 of those 10 people. Maybe I could make just a small impact. And you know what, I do know some things. Let's talk about the things that I do know. And then gradually it just starts to build. And through being real, through being down to earth, and through the genuine passion of wanting to help people, it comes through. Well, when I did the Instagram post for the giveaway, and I wanted to choose 5 people, and then I had 160 comments or something to choose from, was huge. So choosing 5 winners was very difficult. And then you said, well, you better call me. And I thought, yeah, why not? Why not? So I thought, well, if I'm making these calls... Well, you ask and you shall receive, Terence. And I've learnt the very same way with watching other people, is that you do have to, if you want what somebody has, you have to do what they do. And it's all about studying. It's not just seeing parts of their life. It's about studying their true, deep, internal habits. And that's how you increase your business, your body, your health, your finances, your relationships, is to really study their habits. And if you continue training, keep evolving and progressing with weights and keeping the style of training varied, then you'll keep getting results. Obviously, following a plan, you have a structure to follow, but also use your initiative in thinking, what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses, and what do you want to improve the most? I think if you're at a place where a muscle, you're happy to maintain it, then I reckon on, for example, a chest day or a push day, then I would do, say, 3 or 4 exercises at 3 to 4 sets each. So what's that? 16 sets, something like that on one muscle group. And I don't think it's necessarily needed much more unless you're considering to be a bodybuilder up on stage that's been training for 20 years and needs some really excessive stress. I don't think it's necessary. See you, buddy. Bye-bye. Bye. People just need support. They need their questions answered, personalised to them. And I love what I do.